So we're done with the AFC North teams. Let's just move over, cover the AFC East. So start out with the Jets. What do you think about the Jets? What do you think about Zach Wilson?
Well, I was very high on Zach Wilson coming into the draft. I mean, there, I guess I'm not saying he's a bust yet, and I think that's the case for a lot of rookie quarterbacks from last. It's like too early to say they're the guy or they're the bust after.
Yeah, I definitely think it's way too early. 1 year's way too early
Because
because Trevor Lawrence obviously didn't have a good
pretty
season.
much none of them other
Yeah,
than
Justin
Mac
Fields
had a
did.
had a
Yeah,
good year.
yeah,
But yeah, I thought Zach Wilson would be the best quarterback out of out of last year's draft.
yeah.
Um, but also I'm not admittedly not very. I don't get that into the like draft as far as like looking into prospects
No,
that extensively.
yeah. I'm
Um,
honestly confused. I feel like his name just showed up out of nowhere. Like there was Trevor Lawrence, there was Justin Fields, Mac Jones, obviously big colleges, big names,
yeah,
and then Zach Wilson. I feel like just popped up out of nowhere. Maybe I just wasn't keeping up with prospects either, but I feel like that was just a little curveball.
yeah. I mean, yeah, outside of his tough rookie season, I there were some games where he had some flashes, just like the other rookie quarterbacks that struggled this year with Fields and Lawrence. But outside of him, I did expect the Jets to be better than they were, because under their new coach and Robert Saleh coming over from San Francisco as the defensive coordinator there.
Yeah.
Um, being at the head of some great Niner defenses. I thought the Jets would be better this year, but of course, there's always that one game where they punch above their weight class every year, where they beat Tennessee this year
Yeah.
and almost beat Tampa. It seems to happen every year with the Jets, where they just pull some random upset.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, I don't. I thought the Jets would be better. At the same time, I can't really say what they really like. I can't hone in on one thing that they
Yeah.
need
They got a
because
lot
it's
of things.
just
That team
yeah,
needs a whole got a lot of pieces they got to find to,
yeah,
be able to compete in that division. Um, I think one thing, wide receiver, obviously, Elijah Moore was electric when he was playing. He
yeah.
was
It was a
very
bright
good.
spot. Yeah,
I think you got to put more firepower around Zach Wilson if you want to give him a chance to actually, succeed. You gotta give him give him some tools to work with on that offense. Another thing, I remember when Zach Wilson was drafted, some of the Jets teammates were saying Sam Darnold was equally as good as Zach Wilson in terms of like, I remember they were talking about like throws that Zach Wilson could make, and teammates were just like Darnold can make those throws too. Like, so
I definitely got caught up. I've like learned to not get too caught up in pro day, because like it's literally an
everyone
empty
those routines
every
are practiced, and,
yeah,
they're gonna hit every throw. If they miss a throw, it's a bad thing. If they hit a throw
yeah,
it's expected. So
yeah,
but yeah, definitely wide receiver edge, that they just need a whole list of things that they got to fix for them to be able to compete, especially when you consider the other. I think either edge or wide receiver, you either got to go shot for shot with the other teams in the East, or you got to be able to put pressure on those quarterback. Mac Jones, Josh Allen, Tua, those are all,
hmm
good quarterbacks, or, solid quarterbacks. So you either got to put pressure on them, or you got to be able to go, shot for
yeah,
shot with those offenses, which is going to be hard to do. So this season's probably not going to be a good season to be a Jets fan either, as usual. But yeah, All right, so we can just move on. Let's go to the Patriots. Your guy, Mac Jones.
Ah, yes, yeah. As you notice, we are covering the divisions of each of our favorite teams. Obviously being the Bengals. Um, Me, in spite of being a Cincinnati native, as I said earlier, somehow latched onto the Patriots earlier in the 2010s.
Back
And
when they were winning.
I mean, you can, yeah, I mean, I'm sure the first conclusion we're going to jump to is the bandwagon one. And I get that a lot. So that's nothing I'm not used to. But um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, the season was a mixed bag for the Pats. I mean, obviously it's a win when you make the playoffs, and yeah, a great coaching job by Bill Belichick, as nothing you wouldn't expect, but
I don't think you can really expect a much better season from
yeah,
when you have a rookie quarterback at the helm. So
yeah. I mean, he started very clean, started unraveling a little bit started looking like a rookie a little bit at the end of the year. Um, the fact that this team was the 1 seed at one point and had people like legitimately believing they could be contenders in the AFC was pretty much just a testament to the greatness of Bill Belichick. The Yeah, having lost Stephon Gilmore the previous year, their defense obviously was not as strong as past Belichick defenses have been. On offense, it's just it's been a kind of befuddling offseason to be a Patriots fans, because they haven't really done much aside from like who they in contrast to it's
last
not coming to
offseason
me
they
up.
were pretty active. They got
Yeah,
Hunter
yeah,
Henry and Jonu and like back-to-back days. I think they
yeah,
made some other ones that I can't remember, but I remember them
yeah,
being
like Nelson
active.
Aguilar. I mean, none
Yeah.
of those were like uh none of those were like huge splashes, but it's definitely more active than Belichick as the de facto GM of that team has been in
Yeah.
past years. And that's another thing that's been ever since Brady and Belichick parted with each other. It's been a thing that's been a topic of conversation with how the gap between Belichick the coach and Belichick the GM is, because to this point, over the last 3 to 4 seasons for the Pats, going back to I would say 2018, the last Patriots Super Bowl, they have not like they just have not given their quarterbacks enough skill talent. Like I know what that's a big reason why Brady left was
Yeah.
just the wide receivers like not being able to get separation.
Yeah. I think the
Uh,
last season Brady was there. Who was it? It was they still had Gronk, obviously. They had Edelman.
Gronk had retired Brady's last
Oh,
season,
really?
so it
Okay.
was
So
just
they had Edelman, Hogan.
Edelman, and I don't even know if Hogan was there. Josh Gordon was there for a bit.
Oh yeah.
I think Hogan might have left after the last Super Bowl year, but Josh Gordon was there. Obviously, again, he unable to stay in the league yet again for the umpteenth time. And I mean, N'Keal Harry is not at all manifested.
Definitely a bust.
Yeah, yeah. um, I think this year, what Kendrick Bourne and Jacoby Myers stepped up for them at wide receiver,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
those
Jacoby was
guys,
decent from what he got like 60 and like close to 900, I think, or
yeah,
100.
yeah. I
So
mean, but yeah, you do need just I just think they need better skill players as well.
yeah.
It's been a consistent theme throughout the Patriots dynasty, and even now as they look to regain contender status. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a bit confused as what the objective was this offseason.
Yeah. What was the Patriots record again this past year? Do you remember?
Either 11, I believe 11-6 or 10-7 because they lost
Okay.
their last couple games.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't finish strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10-7, 10-7.
7. Okay. Yeah. I think, I think Mac Jones is a good system quarterback. You know, he's able to function in that offense very well. I think he
Yeah.
is going to have a make progression and just keep getting better slowly. I think the Patriots as a whole this season may take a step backwards, at least in terms, of record.
Yeah, they'll probably be competing like with the Dolphins for
Yeah.
second.
I think especially with that Tyreek Hill acquisition, I think the Dolphins, if Tua's able to make some progression too and make some of the throws that he's been missing over the last year, I think that's going to be a hard team to beat. But yeah, also the Patriots lost JC Jackson. You were talking about Stephon Gilmore. I think last year they lost JC Jackson this offseason.
Yeah, that's big too. And he was Mr. Interception for this team. Yeah.
So cornerback and that secondary in general is something they're gonna have to kind of fix and build. But yeah. Anything else? Any comments on the Patriots besides that?
Yeah, I mean, not really. I am happy with Mac. Mac, obviously his rookie year was by far the best of the rookie QBs. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't high on him when they drafted him, but yeah, definitely encouraging from the most important position in the sport.
Yeah, I completely agree. Hopefully he can take some steps forward and keep competing in that division. Yeah, just moving on. We got the Bills next. So the Bills, obviously, elite wide receiver 1, Stephon Diggs. I think they still have Cole Beasley and then Gabriel Davis too. Obviously, Gabriel Davis went off in that playoff game against the Chiefs. So just starting off, what do you think he's going to turn into? Do you think he'll turn into that wide receiver 2 they're looking for across from Diggs, or do you think they still need to kind of search for that elsewhere?
I'm not really sure what to make of Gabriel Davis after his I mean, that playoff game was a monster performance. Regardless, I'm just gonna pull up his numbers because I don't really remember off.
I don't think during the season,
but he
was elite by any means, or but just that performance in the playoffs, I feel like that was just more because of, I think they scored like what 24 points in the last 2 minutes or 20 points in the last something
and
like that.
he's still like really young in his NFL career. So I mean, it is just one game, but also it was an exceptional performance. So but regardless, I do think Josh Allen being as good as he is, I really thought the Bills were ready this year. They were my pick to make the Super Bowl in the AFC.
Yeah.
And I do think that and yeah, they really lost to KC just by virtue of a coin flip pretty much. And I understand that I do get that if you can't make a stop with 13 seconds left for a field goal.
I feel like that one's on them. I'm not even gonna say anything about the coin flip because
oh no, I agree from that standpoint. Like 13 seconds, but at the same time, it was Patrick Mahomes. You kind of felt overtime was likely, even when they kicked that ball off.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, the Bills are definitely that's their division to lose for at least a good 5-year window, probably.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's by far the best quarterback in that division, and
Mhm.
he's really turned into like the very upper. He's like an S tier quarterback now,
Oh,
over the
yeah.
last couple of years,
Yeah.
and his playoff run last year was incredible. Like played a flawless game against the Pats
Yeah.
in the wild card, and then um pretty much played Mahomes to a tie. I know people have even argued that they thought Allen played better, but yeah, I mean, heartbreaker for the Bills again, because in spite of a bit of a step back in the regular season, they really looked like they were like they had found something by the end of the season,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm sure they'll be looking to carry that into the 2022 season.
Yep.
Now.
Yep. Yep. Um, the Bills lost to the Patriots last year, right? In the regular season.
And in that hurricane game,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say, I think the Bills need to. I know, obviously, Josh Allen is easily the best player on that team, so put the ball in his hands as much as you can.
Yeah,
I think he was like 15 for 31 in that Patriots game, and Mac Jones threw
it
the
was like
ball three
2 for 3.
times.
Yeah.
So, I think I don't know. If you're the Bills, I feel like you at least got to be able to run the ball
Oh yeah, for sure.
because
Yeah.
that's a huge
Because
part of the NFL. Obviously, passing is becoming more and more
yeah.
prominent now, but
But
you still got to be
they
able
can't
to
run the ball like at all. Yeah.
exactly
Um,
like so.
and I mean, also, I think the Bills like defending the run on the other side is also
Yeah,
was an issue because Derrick Henry gashed them, Jonathan Taylor gashed them. Um, Pretty sure what the when they lost to lost to Jacksonville, didn't they? They
I
got
think so. Yeah,
Jacksonville ran all over them as well. Um, yeah, I think their defense got it was very highly ranked, I remember, but I think that was a bit misleading in the fact that they got fat off of some beating up on some bad teams.
yeah,
Obviously, when you saw in the playoffs when they faced another elite quarterback, Mahomes, Hill, and Kelsey all had their way with Buffalo. Buffalo's defense, they just could not buy a stop in that
yeah.
game.
It's so interesting to me too because I think the Bills are Bills have one of the best pass defenses in the league, right? Like
Yeah,
so. I don't know. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is just a different breed, but
yeah.
just interesting. Um,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. I
oh,
mean, as far as their defense, Trey White coming off a
ACL tear.
season-ending injury. Yeah, that's something to look out for
Yeah,
with their secondary next year. But I mean, Buffalo still, I would be shocked if they didn't top this division and come out with like 11 to 12 wins again, maybe
oh yeah,
even more.
yeah. I think easily they have a hold on the division, and the road through the AFC might be going
Yeah.
through them right now, especially with Tyreek Hill gone. I think that the Bills are in a much better position
Yeah.
this time, or coming into this season than
Mm.
they were last season. So, but yeah, okay. So last team in the East, the Dolphins. So obviously, the thing on everyone's mind, Tyreek Hill and Tua, will they be able to hit it off this season? What do you think Tyreek's logic in leaving the Chiefs was? Obviously, contract was a big thing. Tyreek wanted to be the highest paid receiver in the league,
Mm.
but my thing is Patrick Mahomes complements Tyreek Hill so well, and vice
Yeah.
versa. that I don't know if that's going to be able to be replicated in Miami. I don't think it's going to. But
Yeah, definitely not. You wouldn't expect it to. Uh, the obviously, yeah, as you stated earlier, money definitely the driving factor there after seeing what Devontae Adams got paid. And yeah, I mean, that's the only viable like reason that you would understand why he would choose to leave Kansas City, because um you know that Tyreek really was what gave the Chiefs that like scary, they can erase a like 3 possession lead in 5 minutes basically. That Tyreek was pretty much what gave them that aura. And both of them are probably going to suffer as a result of it.
yeah,
As far as the Tua angle is concerned, you get to see if this is your guy this year. This is probably the year.
yeah.
It's like a prove it year for him, pretty much. Because now you have what,
They got all the weapons there. They got
Tyreek, Waddle, yeah,
Gesicki. I think they still
yeah,
have Devontae Parker.
yeah, yeah. Oh, it didn't. Let's see.
Is he not there?
Devontae Parker got? That's what I was forgetting. Devontae Parker got traded to the Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah,
Was it this offseason?
yeah. That was
Okay.
the one move the Pats. That was the one big move the Pats have made.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. It'll be interesting to see if Tua can prove that he is their guy for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And this move definitely will probably be the driving force in if he can.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So
And
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I see them. Yeah, I see them. As I said earlier, just competing with. They'll probably New England and them will be nip and tuck for second in that division. And
Yeah, I think they'll definitely be competing for a wild card spot though.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Um,
And yeah, new. They have new coach this year, obviously with the whole Flores situation and
yeah.
how that's gone down. Um, you know, that's I am interested to see how that's going to affect their defense, because Brian Flores has been he's had a great track record as far as
Yeah.
defense goes, and in New England and then in Miami as the head coach. He really did get a lot out of those Dolphins teams. What they were 11-5 or 10-6 the prior year, just missing out on the playoffs. And then again this year, after a very slow start, albeit against a weaker schedule at the back end, but they finished strong again. I am interested to see how their change in coaching is gonna affect how the Dolphins play.
Yeah. 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 One more thing. Also, I think they acquired. They got Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert this offseason. So hopefully those two acquisitions can help, relieve some of the pressure that's on Tua just from, I'm sure he's got a lot of expectations on him this year. So hopefully those two can help.